Hey guys, today's episode we're knocking out a quick little project for the garden, specifically a little vegetable box. We've got a bigger box that we built a couple months ago. Now we're making a small companion box to go with it, and we're going to take you along on that process. So here's our current garden box, and as you can see we've got pots sitting around it that really need to be in a real chunk of dirt. So we're going to build something and it goes right in this space next to it. So the box we're building today is going to be 3 feet by 4 feet, and it's going to only be 18 inches tall. It doesn't need to be anything huge. It's going next to a large box we've got already, and there's not a whole lot of room to put it where we want to put it. So this is going to be perfect size. Now, it should go together pretty quick, which is a real bonus today because it's the middle of August, it's really hot out, and I don't want to melt in the sun. So let's get going. For this project, we're going to be using a pair of 2x4s made out of cedar and 8 2x6s. They're all 8 feet in length, so the first step really is to start hacking them to the right size. Well, this is not fun. I just realized I screwed up making 2 side panels. Let me show you what I did. So what I did with all 4 sides is made the leg flush with the side. And that's not good. Not for all sides. I just needed the 2 short sides. The long sides need to look like this. So as things go, not that big a mistake. All I have to do is remove 6 of the screws from one side, reposition it with a spacer, and put 3 screws back in. The other 3 will be added when we do final assembly. After I just fix these 2, then all we have to do is move it into the backyard for final assembly. Alright guys, so today is a new day. As you saw from that last clip, we were losing light pretty quick and mosquitoes were coming out and just eating us alive, so we decided to wait for today to finish the construction. Unfortunately it was raining all afternoon and it's real damp and muddy back here, so we're not going to be able to paint it, but we can at least put it together, fill it with some dirt, and we'll wait until a nice dry day to get it painted up. So one thing about the final construction here you may notice is that it's not a very level surface, especially once we get all 4 parts together. You'll see what I mean. I'm not too concerned about that because the weight of the dirt that will be contained within this box is going to prevent it from moving around. And over time it will sort of settle in and be rock solid. It'll be rock solid once we actually get the dirt in it, let alone after some time. But this is one of the actual benefits of getting it built on site. Its final resting spot is that, besides it being very heavy, it just has the ability to settle into place right away once you start putting the dirt into it and then fill it with plants. Now that we've got the landscape fabric in place, the final thing to do is to take some measurements for those
cedar 2x4s we mentioned earlier. We're going to put a quasi bench edge around the box to make it look pretty, and also to help cover up the end grain of the 2x6, just to help them stay protected from the elements a bit. So if you're wondering about the cost for this little box here, the wood itself was around $80, and this is COVID pricing, obviously. We used part of a $13 roll of landscaping fabric, and the various screws were about 20 bucks. There were 3.5 and 2 3/4 inch. So all told, we're looking at around $112, $113, which isn't too bad. Alright guys, that's it for now. Like I said, we still have to paint it to match its big brother, but it's too soggy to make that happen today. So we'll just wait. We'll let this stuff dry out a little more, and then we'll slather some paint on it. As you saw, we put in some landscape barrier just to help keep the dirt off of the wood. I know it's not that critical, nor is it that helpful, but every little bit helps. We had it laying around and seems like a good idea, so we threw it in the first one. We'll throw it in this one. Some of you may be wondering, why no floor? Why no bottom? Well, don't need one, really. You just throw in some dirt on top of this, and you got a garden box. The feet down here, there's about an inch gap in between the ground and the sidewalls. We did the same thing for the larger box, and we've had no problems with dirt running out or any kind of erosion problems. In fact, we've had a high number of frogs this year, and they seem to like to hide along that little crevice and in large groups and look for mosquitoes and whatnot. So actually seems to work well for them. Anyway, so that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.